Happy Aquarius full moon, everybody. My full moon is in Aquarius. I'm stoked. The energy feels a little weird, but I'm rolling with it. And I wanted to tell you guys about a thing. I am doing dream interpretation. So if you have like a repetitive dream or a dream that you just can't make any sense of, there's so much like symbolism to it. I've been like looking into it and researching it since I was like 18. I'm completely obsessed. Love to do it. So hit me up if you want your dream interpreted, because I'll have fun doing it. So what we're going to do today is pick a card on your like journey to your ancestral journey to healing your ancestral like wounds and you know, whatever, like trauma, chain, stuff like that, and then a message from your ancestors. So we got the rainbow moonstone, card number uno, and then my carnelian, folks. This is like one of my favorite things ever. But two cards came out for y'all, so lucky. And then kyanite. Okay, I forgot for a minute. So pick your card, pick your pile, and then what we're gonna do first is draw you some runes, cast, kind of see what this journey looks like, and then we have regular tarot and chakra oracle cards to kind of like if we have questions, if we need clarity, and I think that our ancestors will use the power of this full moon to kind of come through and tell us everything that we need to know. So pick your pile. I'll meet you in one sec. All right, so pile one. These are the runes that I picked for you, or intuitively picked. I just like close my eyes, I pick them, and I kind of trust that the right ones come through. And now we're going to cast them to kind of see the order of things. So, what does it look like, your journey to heal your ancestral shit? Okay. So, this is what we have. And basically, so for me, this is, I can't even do it. So stuff that lands closer to me is stuff more to like the present. And then the further away, that's more into the future. So obviously healing feels like to me, you know, would be further out here. This is the journey that we go through. These are so split off to the sides. They don't always do that. It feels like there may be two pathways, but we'll figure this thing out. So the runes that are upturned, that you can immediately see, those are like the loudest energies. So what do we have? We have algaes. So this is a rune of like spiritual protection. It's associated in a way with your ancestors. It's just somebody's looking out for you. Like you really don't have to worry about it, even if you have, even if our message gets dicey. So the other one is Rydal. So this is Source Chariot, the journey leaving the known, and that's off to my left. So the one I can see off to my right is Dagon's, the new dawn. So often happening obviously after a dark night, but further away, further into the future, so to speak, we have Haugalaz. So this is like the Tower in Tarot. This is hail, destruction, kind of everything falling apart, but like for a really good reason. Like it's going to be for your best, but it's gonna be icky, you know? So that can't be the last rune out in my life, because I can't even. So I need one more. What happens after that? After this Haugalaz? Oh, okay. Othala, homeland. This is the culmination of everything that you've ever learned. This is being at home in your body and at home in your world and at home spiritually, and like, man, that is powerful. And it's so, the meaning of this rune is so related to your ancestors too. Like you're gonna get it after your journey is gonna culminate in like an oh shit moment. And after that, it's like gonna bring about the best healing, the best thing you could ask for. So that's fantastic. Okay, so what are our runes that we can't see? We have Manas in reverse. So Manas represents like humanity, the good and the bad, seen within ourselves and externally, and ideally, you know, it's the integration of these two things. It's and the disruption of this integration is like the only thing in Norse mythology and the meaning of the rune that keeps us from being gods ourselves, like ascending to that ultimate power or alignment. So it's in reverse. So this is where it starts. It starts with a realization that you're not whole, and maybe that's coming from a place. Let's look at y'all's card real quick. Stag, trust and thrive. And I'm going to read it out of the book. Stag, message, come alive and thrive, stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag, with his crown of antlers, is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. So there's like one more part of the message that I'll probably read in a sec, but I just wanted to kind of get a feel for that, since the card is what you chose to like get this pile. And I think too, like something's making me want to say that with this like sexual energy to explore or whatever, I think a lot of times it has to do with your like your feminine masculine energy. And yeah, so take that as you will. But okay, so whatever happened, you're like realizing that maybe everything seems like it should be fine, but it's not. Maybe you maybe have this realization that comes from an ancestral wound, a past life, something like that. So, but you're promised the protection. And then over here on the left, so we have Yebo, the gift. The message here is about the things that you have to let go to receive the gift. And then once you receive the gift, you know, you keep the energy flowing, because gifts are energy that comes to you and you must release to get, and once you get, you must release to get more and stuff like that. So to keep it in a cycle, you have to be aware of the sacrifices necessary to achieve such gifts. And then immediately after, we have that ride out, you know, the journey away from the known. And then we have Awaz. And this is the horse, but it's like the bond between the rider and the horse, how they kind of share a mind and move as one. It's total trust and in sync. So that's what we have there. It is in reverse. So on the other side, on the right side. Okay. On the right side, we have Kanas, the torch of enlightenment, the phoenix fire. This is, to me, like, this always feels like thirsty. It's like when your passions ignite, when your brain catches on fire, when you are tirelessly searching for answers, when you are tirelessly pounding and scratching and like scratching it's like through the dirt to find the answers, you know, or to get to the light. Ooh, that works really well with the next rune being Dagaz, like the new dawn. So I'm going to kind of go with what I said about this being two separate pathways. So it starts because you're like, stuff ain't right. And you're trying to like, maybe you do some, you know, ancestry, family tree, DNA, talk to your grandma, like whatever, to find out some like tangible stuff about what happened, but you don't have to do any of that, even if you don't have a drop of knowledge about it. it's all there. Like, meditate on it. Put the intention out that you'll receive the message about like what needs to be healed, because you carry that within you. Like when you feel that hole and that ache, and you don't know what it's about, you can know. You will know if you put enough like time. And I don't even mean you have to be thinking about it every second, but just like, I'm gonna figure this out. And then like your brain creates a folder, and everything related to figuring this thing out, it stuffs in the folder, and it's like analyzing the data, and it's like presents you with an answer one day, and you're like, wow, that was amazing. So you, at this time you have two choices, and I'm gonna get some clarity from the cards on like how you know which one you're choosing. But one choice is you know, it's about letting go and releasing. It just feels like the longer journey is what it feels like to me. It's like letting go and releasing and moving away from the old. And maybe because this AWAS in reverse would come like either a little bit prior to or simultaneously with the Haggalah. So maybe it's like somebody you really trust betrays you, or you realize something about yourself that like rocks your world, or something like that. And you know, if it were me, the longer path is certainly what I would end up on, because that's who I am as a person. But if you can control this sort of thing, and you can get into this energy of just like, yeah, I want to know, I want to figure it out, I want to do the hard work, even if I have to cry and sit alone and eat ice cream and like meditate for, you know, an hour a day, or like whatever it takes, you know, that's what I want to do. I think you're just gonna get there quicker to this new dawn. You're still gonna have this moment, is what it looks like to me, this Haggalah like destruction moment. But when you're prepared for that moment, when you're seeking that fire and that transformation, like the voluntary acceptance of destruction is easier to take. It just is. But either other way, you're going to wind up in such a more beautiful and healed place. So, I didn't shuffle it all. Uno momento. Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to get a card to kind of, I don't know, some kind of, how will I know if I'm taking path A or path B, like long way, short way, stuff like that. So tell me more about path on the left, and like what it'll actually look like, and action step in that direction. Ooh. So the first card out was the Prince of Cups, and this is an invitation, so to speak. I don't know if you can see it, but he is kind of gesturing so gentlemanly like with his hand behind his back and all that, to a chalice with like a letter in it or under it, whatever. And the description for this card talks about like, this is the very, you know, it's chivalry type energy. It is proper, you know what I mean? And it's offering you something. And the star. So the star in Gabo, which can, I mean, Gabo is gifts, right? Blessings. And what are spiritual powers if they're not gifts? So I think about it sometimes it's like spiritual gifts, and that is not, from what I understand right now, like I don't think that's something that you like suddenly get. I think it's something that you have inside of you, and it awakens. And it awakens when we start doing stuff like this, when we start digging into our trauma or our ancestors' trauma, when we have Haggalah's moments even, shadow work, stuff like that awakens from everything that I can tell and have heard other people talk about, like awakens your spiritual power. But the star also can create her own reality. So I think that's like some good insight about like what this path looks like. So take back, like erase what I said about shaming this side of the road, wants to go the long way, left-hand lane. Yeah, you're gonna find some really important stuff on your path. So for our right hand side, what'll this look like? What are some things we can know? Man, okay. Yeah, for my, like the yeah. Like some of y'all are gonna just know how to do this. You've done something like this before. Maybe it wasn't about like your ancestors specifically, but you are gonna know how to weigh it out, how to balance it, how to choose, how to step, how to place your feet, stuff like that. This is like gratitude, Six of Pentacles, obviously with Pentacles being more of like a grounded, earthy, slower energy, and so much, their hands are raised, gratitude, the sun is shining. I do think it's interesting that the shadow is upside down. Maybe a little shadow work for you guys will help with this process. I'm feeling like one more maybe. Yep. And the King of Cups. So, yeah, he has a lot going on. It's not like he didn't get beat up. It's not like he doesn't feel every single thing that happens. But he's just in charge of it. He's in charge of his emotions, and he's hovering above it in a way that he's still connected to it, but it doesn't rule him, his emotions and the experience and stuff like that. So that is awesome. So chakra cards for my pile 1, the pile that will end up in Othala, the homeland. What are some things to focus on? Destiny. And again, like, this card always makes me see the white and black. So is this good and evil? Is this masculine and feminine? Two different energies at the very least coming together. And to me, like, that's the destiny, that's the healing, that's the wholeness. So it's just integration. Integrate your shadow, integrate your past, integrate your masculine and feminine energy, like integrate your mind and body and your heart and mind and integrate the shit out of it. Do we have one more? We do, and it's renewal. Oh, I love it. So yeah, this is just like, she's meditating, again, hands raised in gratitude, receiving messages maybe. So I think that gives you a pretty good feel. I'm going to finish reading that message about the stag, and we're going to pull at least one more card, because it's like your journey, right? That's what we've been looking at. And that we need we need your ancestors to come in with like a message for you guys. So the stag extended message. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You are born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive, onwards and upwards. Man, that is strong. And like, if this rune doesn't speak of like it's almost antlers in shape, it's about protection. I love it so much. Okay, so your ancestors, I think in this card, are asking you to like step out and find your power, or embrace your power, or whatever. Step out, take the lead, trust yourself, because on the other side of those things that might seem scary, there's something so fantastic. Okay, so pile 1, ancestor, spirit message. What's one thing you guys want to say to pile 1, to your descendants? What do you want to say? What do you want them to know? We got 2. We got Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded, which kind of already touched on. And mountains, stand your ground. And don't these go together nicely? Mountains. Hold firm to what you believe in and are focusing on, because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep in the earth and reaching high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals. They have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high into the Great Father. If you are feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things through with those around you and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. You will be whole and well. You will be homeland. Love it. Okay. Time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. The Earth Guardian represents the angels of earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the lands and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental, who is non-binary, showing that they are a divine being without a human gender. I think I said some stuff about masculine femininity earlier. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams in reality. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed you have to deal with. Yes. So I love that they gave you an action step. I think this is step 1. Go outside, put your feet in the dirt. There is Hertz music on YouTube for grounding. You can listen to it while you sleep. You can meditate on your root chakra and picture your root chakras at the base of your spine. So you picture a energetic connection between that and the earth, and for me, I felt tingles down my leg. I could definitely feel it when it happened and activated, I guess. But Google it, man. There's tons of stuff you can do to get grounded. This is your first step because Mother Earth has wisdom to tell you about. Mother Earth holds the knowledge. She witnessed what happened to your ancestors. She knows what is up and what you need to hear. And stand firm on your mission. Yes, don't stray from that. That is all I see for y'all. Thank you for watching. I have a podcast, me and my best friend Tiffany, that I'll link below. It's called Back Porch Sittin'. It's about all things woo and cool and awesome like that. I'll link my Facebook page maybe. But it's coming soon. It's called Soul Speak, and that's where you can find dream interpretation stuff. And yeah, I don't know, more stuff. Thanks guys. I hope you have a great full moon. Okay, pals you. So these are the runes that I intuitively drew for you, and it's going to tell you about your journey to healing your ancestral stuff. Okay, that is very interesting. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this works after I try to show you. Okay, so This is going to be, so this is like a timeline. So this is more like present, immediate future. This is more far away future. Hopefully, like obviously we're doing our healings down here, and this is like the journey there. The runes turned up are the most like loud energies, so we're gonna talk about that. So you guys got algaes, rune of protection and like spiritual guidance from like things like your ancestors. You got Fehu, like smack dab in the middle, which I love. This is the first rune, the rune of creation, like the beginning of a cycle. Off to the side in the middle, we have Awaz. So this is the horse, but it's more about like the trust. So that was like that. The trust between the horse and the rider, and how they like sync up and they're of one mind and they move together. And it's like the horse knows what the rider wants them to do without, you know, telepathy, whatever. And this can be you and another person. This could be you and your ancestors. This could be you within yourself. It is horizontal, so it's not inverted. Sorry, I think I have hair on my lip. It's not inverted or anything, but it's like wonky, and we'll figure out why. So that's all the runes that I can see. And so we're gonna look at, I think first we're gonna check out your cards that you picked. That's why you picked the pile. So, my favorite cards in the deck. She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. It's fantastic. And Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Okay, so not only are these two cards the message in the book that I'll read to you, like fantastic, love the messages, but I think it's like, don't these seem like it's a male and female certainly, but to me it just seems there's such a relationship here. So let's see what we can't see. So the first rune out is Yura. So Yura is the harvest. It is about reaping what you sow. Since we're talking, I don't always like read the rune this way, but since we are talking about ancestor stuff, I think that we have some karma. Maybe it isn't like karma, but I think that we have something like karma that we have to deal with. It's like, that shit ain't my fault. Like, I didn't do that stuff. But we still have to work through it and heal it. And so maybe that's what that's about. And then Uruz. That primal energy of like that of a woman in labor. Like, this is happening, and it's just your whole body, all your instincts go into it. It's almost unstoppable. It's like when the bull decides to charge, like that kind of energy, which I think for this is fantastic. Okay, Kanas. This is the Torch of Enlightenment. This is Phoenix Fire. To me, this is that energy where it's like, just can't stop. Like, even when you're tired and you've been doing stuff all day, or you've been thinking all day, and you lay down in your bed, your brain's like, no, I don't want to go to sleep, I'm tired, but like, I have to keep going, because you're just so passionate about whatever it is you're trying to do. So in this scenario, it would be this journey of like figuring out what are these ancestral things that you need to fix. And the reason, like, by the way, the reason that you would like want to fix them is for you and your descendants, for you to feel better and more fulfilled, and not have these like empty holes that you don't even know why you feel that way. Burkano. This is rebirth. This is a new beginning of sorts too. And then, oh guys, I messed you up. I messed you up, but it's okay. So, this rune earlier, I was like, oh, that's Fehu. Not facts. This is Anzus, which means the cosmic voice, the breath of the universe. So here, Yeah, man, your ancestors are going to be reaching out. They're going to be speaking to you. That was smack dab in the middle, and that was one of the loudest energies out. And now we have Fehu. But Fehu, so that's the last one. So it's the reset, man. Like, you are going to reset this. When you figure this out, none of your children or grandchildren or whatever, they're not going to have to deal with this stuff. Like, you're about to break the chain. You're about to fix it. You're about to cause the end. You bring that shit to a close. Okay, so let's pull a little bit of tarot for like this year. Like, you know, I said I think it's definitely reaping what you sowed, but like, what's the things your ancestors sowed that you might have to be dealing with? Okay. So we got the Princess of Wands. And so the princess is fiery and passionate and spiritual and brave, and she's gonna go out there and do some shit is what she's all about. And then the Four of Wands in reverse. So the Four of Wands is about kind of like leading others into your vision. It being reversed here, I got this big feeling like somebody was led astray. And then the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So like breaking up unity of a group is what I heard, just what I felt was the case. So what's a good way to heal that? What's a good way to, alright. Man, that was cool. Okay. So, oh, there's a card I didn't even know. Alright, so, the Seven of Cups, to see your options. The Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups, like, she just is so connected and like empathetic and emotional and sensitive, and she just hears it all. Like, she feels all the world's suffering, she hears all the world's pain. She sees she doesn't even want to see what she sees and like what she knows, and it hurts her. She is standing here in courage, I think, but she feels it. So I think that to empathize with the people who were hurt in the situation, and maybe some of them were like other ancestors or whatever, but to really type in to that energy of I don't know, just like being wounded and feeling empathetic. And then these kind of came out together. So we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and Justice. So Justice here, head in the heart, balance, making right judgments, righting wrongs, things like that. And no matter, this card always says shadow stuff to me, because you see how it has a shadow here. So even when the card's in reverse and these two are upside down, he's upright, and like vice versa. There's definitely something about like raising your hands in praise, lifting your hands in prayer, reaching out to the universe, reaching out to the spirit guides, maybe just like even recognizing it and talking about it. Maybe you could say something about it out loud, like once you get some downloads and stuff from your guides, your ancestors, to kind of help you dig in more. But there's something, I think, to spoken out loud and like acknowledged to the collective consciousness for, you know, whatever this person did that seems like led some people wrong, you know. So couple chakra cards. Like, what's the thing? What's the thing y'all need to work on? Well, that was fast. Bittersweet. This might be related to that Six of Cups in reverse too, but Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. So the story in this card, and this is about your throat chakra, so that kind of goes back to what I was saying about saying it out loud. But the lady is just really sad. I can't remember the tragedy that befell her, but she is celebrating anyway. So it's like smiling through your tears kind of energy. Appreciating, recognizing loss and appreciating what you still have. That kind of thing. And then, fun fact, on the bottom, we have release. So yeah. That's good stuff, man. Alright, so I'm going to read you your messages now. And we're going to start with She-Wolf. So this is messages from your ancestors that were coming through. Okay. Let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. The she-wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf, half woman. She is the alpha female who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. Throat chakra. Say your stuff out loud. Just say everything out loud. Just like, sometimes you don't know what's in there until you're just like, filter gone, everything out, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know I thought that. She encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. You are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you've been holding back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them now. Let the wolf energy within you help you track down what direction you want to go in, and don't let any traps or hunters get in the way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. Okay, cool. And then the next card out was the Hunter on page 44, if that's significant for you. Track down all your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only thing that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as a male, this card represents the masculinity of an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Dang, that was fierce. Like, both these messages are so fierce. It's like, take off that filter. Say what you need to say. Find out, fearlessly go after your passions. Hunt down your fears. What makes you feel threatened? I think this Hunter card was all about this AWAS, and I said it was sideways, it was wonky, and we figure out why. Well, if you're riding a horse and you want it to do a jump and you're scared, horse ain't jumping. You have to get in sync with yourself and not be afraid and know what you're after and trust in the process. So that was a bomb message. I loved it, you guys. I hope you'll come back and see me again. I don't know what my next reading is going to be on. I do have a podcast with my best friend Tiffany. It's called Back Porch Sitting. I'll link it below. And I just started, well, I already said that, didn't I? about dream interpretation. I'm doing that now. Hit me up if you want that. But y'all have a great one. Hope to see you again soon. All right, pile 3. I've intuitively picked the runes that we will cast now. This is to kind of give us an idea of what your journey to healing your ancestral wounds or traumas and things like that looks like. It's always better to like have an aerial view, I feel like. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna figure out a better way to do this, y'all, eventually. But this is what it looks like. And things that are closer to me would be more of the immediate future. Things out here, gonna be more the distant future. And we are hoping, of course, that this is like our healing. This is like at least closer to the healing, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff that happens in the middle is like where I like to focus on as being the journey. And it's all out in a line like this, which is interesting. That does not happen all the time. I messed it up. And then the runes that are flipped over right now are the loudest energies. And what do we have? So we have, in the very center, we have Awaz in reverse. This is the horse. So this is the trust between the horse and its rider, that bond, that being in sync, that telepathic connection almost, like moving as one. But it's in reverse. So it's not trusting yourself or someone else. We have Burkano kind of horizontally. So that doesn't mean inverted. It just means like that the energy is really wonky. And this is about like rebirth. So maybe we'll pull a card for that. See what's up with that. We have Halgalaz, also horizontal. Have you guys not fully committed to this? If you haven't fully committed to doing the ancestral work, that explains this. Maybe I'm wrong. Halgalaz, so the tower movement, hail destruction, everything kind of burning down. It was also sideways. So maybe this is just like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so we have Kanas, the Torch of Enlightenment, the Phoenix Fire. That was fully upright. Still love that. Interesting. So down here in our most present, we have Dagaz, a new dawn. So that's what's happening first. And then the axis of spiritual becoming. And then out here, so at the very top we have Suilo. This is the sun. Whenever the sun comes out in a reading, it like kind of shines its positivity over the whole thing and takes some of the negative aspects away. And then we have Wunjo. And Wunjo is like harmony and laughter and stuff like that. It was inverted. We'll figure out why. So I'm going to read Burkano and Halgalaz in their upright position because the sun is out. Awaz will still stay inverted, so Runjo, because that's how they came out. So tell me about this Dagaz. Like, what needs to happen to get y'all started on this journey? Yeah. The Two of Swords, which is like a Two of Swords, Two of Wands. It's like a weighing. You're making a decision, but you're like weighing it out. Like you're not feeling, you're feeling more in control about it, I think. So you're weighing it out. I think you're deciding if this is the whole journey is like worth your time. So if you decide that it is, you will meet with some kind of new birth. Maybe you'll discover that you don't feel completely in sync with yourself. Whatever you discover, though, it's gonna mess you up for a minute. You're gonna feel like your earth been shook to its foundations, and that's gonna set you on fire. It's gonna make you really want to dive in further and figure out what the heck is going on and like why you feel this way and what you need to work on. And like you'll have watched this video, so that'll be really cool. I was. I don't know what I called this earlier. It's I was. So this is the axis of spiritual becoming. And there's kind of a story in Norse mythology. You have the world tree, and you go throughout your life up and down the world tree. And when you go up, you kind of like gain wisdom, and you see that aerial perspective, and you figure things out. And then you go back down and you walk it out on the path, right? Proving what you learned, and then you go back up, and it's a process over and over again. Why is Wunjo in reverse? Why is your happiness, harmony thing? Ooh. Okay, so we have the sun. So we have Sawilo, which is the sun. We have the sun. So the sun is very positive energy. The sun, it gives light to everything, makes everything grow. There would be no life without the sun. Everything is dependent on the sun. It's very important energy. And out with it came the Five of Pentacles, which is like scarcity mentality. It's like feeling like not really trusting things are going to work out, not really trusting that you're going to have enough. Always feeling like you're lacking something. Okay. So let's figure that out. Okay. So what do you need to know about that feeling of lack? So this card, Dissipating, Yellow Solar Plexus, is about, like, this lady made this plan to go on a cruise, but then she just didn't go. She just stayed home and watched TV instead. And it's about that. It's like dreaming your life away. It's like not, you know, if you make plans all the time and it's only something that you ever talk about because it's like fun talking about it, but you don't do it, stop it. Go do it. The reason you're talking about it is because you want to do it. That's how you be fulfilled. Workaholic. So I don't all the way remember bluest throat chakra, this story. But I think that it's interesting that it says workaholic, but these guys are painters. Certainly if you have that like workaholic thing in you, point that energy at something that you're passionate about, because that's how you're going to end up feeling like fulfilled and satisfied and like stuff actually matters. Anything you can think about for this AWAS in reverse. So this, I feel like it was pile 2. Might have been pile 1, but this card came out, right? And so did AWAS in reverse. And I feel like I always kind of really feel like this is about you and yourself, and like integration and developing that alignment within yourself that you can like trust yourself. I think it's surprisingly common how that we don't trust ourselves. But destiny. So immediately this is what I see. Like white and black. Is it good and evil? Is it masculine, feminine? Is it mind and heart? Like whatever this is, they are joined together and confronting their destiny. So yeah, I think integration, y'all, is the key. We didn't even look at your that's hilarious. We didn't even look at your card, which is a message from your ancestor, and it is the eagle. See from a higher perspective. And I'm gonna read y'all the message, but there's like twice, I forgot that this was the card, and like twice in this thing I've said something about that. So that is coming through. Looking at things from a different angle, fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, however you say that, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan for a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows you that you have the ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. So dang, I love that. So you got the sun twice in your reading, and then your oracle card says the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. So that is, y'all need to, I would like spend some time in the sun, like go to the beach, go to the lake, sit outside in your front yard and let the sprinkler go back and forth there for you. I love doing that. But yeah, soak it up. I think there's something there for you, in the very least. It's like really healthy. I want one more message from your spirit guides, ancestors. Apparently the full moon makes it to where I can't say exactly what I'm thinking and I have to correct myself 500 times. Okay, so my pile 3's ancestor that's coming through, we have a message. We sure can have a message. Okay, so stand your ground, the mountains. So the thing about the mountains is they've been there for a really, really long time. They've seen seasons come and seasons go. Animals live on them. People hike on them. They are grounded deep in Mother Earth, and they reach to Father Sky. They are strong and powerful and can withstand the test of time. The message here is about, like, don't let anything shift your direction of like your mission. Once you guys decide whether it's this mission or like whatever, once you decide to dive in, once you decide to do the work, something may come along to derail you, and you're gonna be like, nah, I am the mountain, and you don't move the mountain. And lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. And I am going to read it because I'm not super duper familiar. All right. Reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. The lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is an abundant, bountiful, and creative being. She is closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give all who need nurturing. Yet she is a representation of the goddess Venus too, and yearns for a rich relationship with her counterpart, the Lord. In this card, she holds an apple. Its seeds form a perfect pentagram, which in paganism represents the 5 elements of life. Fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this card can represent financial security and comfort. It shows that there will be more than enough to go around. If you're making business deals or setting intentions to create financial growth, this card indicates a considerable amount of monetary success. The lady can also usher in other forms of abundance, opportunities, marriage proposals, and even the birth of a child. And she will help you respect nature and connect with its forces in order to have genuinely supportive journey through life. So that is really cool. So like some strong, powerful, feminine energy coming through to kind of like help your seeds grow and say like celebrate where you're at, like invest in the future, celebrate where you're at, pour into things that you love, can't get it. Don't skip out on things that, like if you say something you don't really want to do it, then obviously don't do it, but don't skip out on things, and take the time. I think maybe the most important one out here that I see is like, take the time to heal this, like this mindset that expects for like never be good enough, never work out, never have enough, stuff like that. The universe, your ancestors, they say different. They say that you are going to be just fine and come to all the abundance, and that will only be increased if you let this shit go. But thank y'all so much for watching. I do a podcast with my best friend Tiffany. It's called Back Porch Sitting. I'll link it below if y'all want to check that out. And we should have another episode soonish. And then I'll do more readings. And if y'all want a dream interpreted, hit me up, because it's like my new thing and I really want to do it. But thanks, y'all. You have a great night. Happy full moon.